Floss Tube. This is Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Floss Tube number 66. So this is going to be a little bit of a May update, shifting the bag, my stitching bag to June. My stitching bag is back here and what goes down with me to the living room for the month. And then we're going to talk a little bit about prepping for StitchCon, which is coming up in June. And then please stay to the end because I have a sneak peek on a new design that will be coming out during Needlework Expo in August. So pretty excited for today's episode. And without further ado, we'll just jump right in. So we'll start with my whips. And for May WIPGO's numbers were number 5 and number 19. And so the first one, so the way I do WIPGO, I'm going to pull my WIPGO sheet out here. I know you can't read it, but at least you can see that I have three. For each WIPGO number, I have three designs. And the first design is working on my own design. So I always take time out and make sure that I can work on my new design. And then a full coverage project. And then just a fun piece that I want to work on, a fun whip that I have. So for May's WIPGO, we have number 5. And number 5 was obviously my own design, which I worked on, and the Pelican. So I've showed this before. I'm going to try and get it. The notes are falling. I'm going to try and get it close here. That is my full coverage Pelican. She is 266 by 678. And as you can see, she is just all beak. All beak. This is a really fun one, 110 colors, mostly blues and reds, oranges, which is a lot of fun. And I am stitching her on an easy guide fabric. It looks like probably 25 count easy guide. And you'll have to watch my last video for the before picture, but really what I worked on was the blues up in here. The blues up in here and the blues down here. So I was really trying to finish this page. That's one page. You can see the page end there. And I was really trying to finish this page or one of these pages. So, but I'm pretty excited because for June WIPGO, it is number 21 and also the Pelican will stay out until June. So I'm pretty excited to continue working and would really love to finish up the blue. And right here is the outline of the Pelican's head, just to give you an idea. So I am all the way across the page to the start of the Pelican's head. So I really want to get all of that blue done, maybe even down to the shoulder if possible. And then maybe start working on the head just for a change of pace. So this is coming along really nicely. I'm really enjoying it. It's one strand of DMC, full crosses, so it's a little tight, but I really I think I'm going to enjoy the size when I'm done. So that is my Pelican. I really need to name her instead of just Pelican, but I digress just a little bit. Okay, the second one is Big Red Ship. And I have Big Red Ship here. And this is Ink Circles, Tracy Horner, Big Red Ship. Oof, sorry, showed this back. The Big Red Ship of Life, Ink Circles. And here is what I have done so far. So I did about 2,000 stitches, I think, maybe 3,000 stitches, and I worked across the top on the border I also worked on these motifs and I worked on the wave going across. I absolutely love Big Red Ship, love stitching it. Need to dedicate a little bit more time. And as you can see, I'm using three types of silk, or rather three colors of silks for you. So a gold, a blue, and the red. And I really love it. It's on, I think they call this a platinum fabric, but real good neutral. The red really pops off of it. So that is Big Red Ship, and she does not show up on in June, WIPGO, so she'll be heading back into the case. The other WIPGO number was 19. And for 19, my full coverage project was the lanterns. And this is big. Lots of colors. She's going to be pretty big. And this is really just one small piece of a picture that I took in Da Nang, Vietnam, a couple years back before the pandemic. And I cropped it, zoomed in, turned it into a cross stitch, and I'm working on this top portion here. So I was really able to make a lot of good headway on here. So this is that top left portion, and then this is the blue up in that top left, the blue lantern in the back of the red one. So I've just been working on the blue, and then I was getting ready to start some of the red. This is also on easy guide fabric. It's a little bit larger count than the Pelican. Very comfortable to stitch. Also one strand of DMC. But I think I used max color on this, so I have two three-wing binders just full of DMC floss. And I I think since I've had it kitted up for so long, I was grabbing some blues, I think for Lady of the Flag, which you'll see in a minute. So yeah, I had some blue drama, I'll call it blue skein drama. Where I had borrowed one skein from a project, didn't put it back, and so it slowed me down just a little bit, but I think I got that all sorted. So this was the lanterns, and then also Big Red Ship made a second appearance for number 19 of WIPGO. So yeah, let's see, other whips. So I'm participating in the Put a Bird on It Sal. This is by um, EJ and Shelia of the Sunshine Stitchers. They are hosting this Sal. It's broken up into 13 parts. It started officially in December, but people are starting and finishing really early. But I'm just following along with the Sal. It's roughly 1,100 stitches per month. And this month, this is where I'm at now. And mostly I worked on the big motif. I think Sheila and EJ called it Big Blue. So this is that big blue motif. I'm using a Silks for You variegated thread, and it's stitched on Manny Dodana Summer Sunset. This is a 40 count linen. So big blue for me is right here. So I worked on that motif. Definitely got over 1,000 stitches. Met my goal for May. So this will be coming to StitchCon. This will stay out, and I will work on her again, probably another 1,000 to 2,000 stitches. Okay, so my last whip, and certainly not least, this is so I was working. It was Mira May, and it was Lost in Floss. She was doing Mira May, and while I have a bunch of mirrors, I only worked on one, and it was Lady of the Flag. And you've seen Lady of the Flag, so I'm not going to pull out the picture. But this is my progress on Lady of the Flag. I am working on the blue conversion. It's on the We the People printed fabric. And mostly this month I worked down in her dress down here. And you can't see it, but I started putting in some of the Krynic for the leaves, which I converted to green. This is the start of the banner at the bottom. And this is where I'm at so far. So I'm really excited. She is massive. Her dress, I think, is going to come down to roughly here. So I'm almost at the bottom left-hand corner. And then I think I may come back up and work up here in the dress. This is so many color changes. Just in this one little corner, there were five different threads of one or two stitches. So it's been a bear. And some of this open area, that is all beads. So I'm waiting till the end to bead because I use the Nerge frames, and the Nerge frames will certainly break a bead. And there's so many throughout that it would be hard to dodge. So I'm going to wait and then stitch in hand, or bead in hand, as it were. So that's where I am on Lady of the Flag. She is definitely coming to StitchCon with me. I'll put a day of stitching with her there. Yep, so that is Lady of the Flag. That is my Mira May. I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but that is okay. I was on vacation for about 10 days in May, worked a little bit on some cross stitch, but really just focusing on family during that time. So really good. Okay, so June, we talked about my full coverage projects for June WIPGO and my plans. So Pelican and the lanterns. So they're both coming back. And then for WIPGO number 21 in June, Star of Sumatra. And these are really fun. Okay, so these two projects. So some of my whips, I have, I keep two projects in there. I consider them bonus projects, and because they're in the bag, they get stitched on a little bit. So both of my June calls had bonus projects in them. So I'll be working on them as well. So Star of Sumatra, ink circles, and this is where I am so far. So I'm stitching this on a Under the Sea Fabrics tiramisu. It is 40 count. And I'm using the called for threads. They are the Gloriana Silks. Called for threads. I'm using one strand on 40 count. Yeah, so really excited to pull this out. And the bonus project that was in um, the same bag was Long Dog Sampler's Fish and Chips. And I have just a measly start on this. It's on Forbidden Fiber parchment, 32 count, a small start on Fish and Chips. So hopefully I'll put a few stitches in here. Okay, second call, number 23, obviously the lanterns, which we talked about. And the second one is Bella Filippina, and this is the Mermaid Tresures Amethyst. I love this one. This one's a lot of fun. Um, and I'm excited to bring her out. This is on a hand dyed by Rolanda Lugana, Opal Lugana, and it's a 32 count fabric because I do have the bead pack. Yep, and this is where I am so far. So really hoping to maybe work on her hair and maybe work on the face and put some stitch. Look at this fabric. This is amazing. I don't know what she did, but that is fantastic fabric. Pretty excited. So this bag also had a bonus project in it, and it is Cosmic Mermaid. And this is a fun one. This is Primitive Hare. And this is where I am so far, and I'm going to continue working on that tail. She is massive. I put her skin in, and I'm still just working on the tail. And as you can see, she is pretty much mostly tail. So I have all of this done and now working on the tail. There, I do have the bead pack as well, so those will go on after. So that's the bonus project, which is really exciting. So it's a really exciting month um, for stitching. So I'm going to prep my June bag. June bag is going to have my full coverage back in, the Pelicans, the lanterns, Star of Sumatra plus the bonus, plus fish and chips, and then Mermaid Treasures plus Cosmic Mermaid. So it'll also have put a bird on it, and I think I will keep Lady of the Flag. I'm just looking down because I put her right here. I think I'll keep Lady of the Flag and see. That should max out my June bag. And incidentally, so I'm headed to StitchCon weekend B, and I don't know if I'm going to bring all of those projects. I'm going to have to pick a few to bring. Probably bring Lady of the Flag, like I mentioned. I'll probably bring an ink circle, so maybe Star of Sumatra, which will get me fish and chips also. I'm gonna bring my new release, which I'm gonna show you here in a second, a sneak peek, to stitch on. I'm not gonna bring any full coverage. They are just too big and bulky for my bag. So I think I'm gonna keep the full coverages here. My plan moving forward with my channel, is to add a few tutorials on starting a full coverage project. So I need to pick a full coverage and um, kit it up, and then I'm going to do a tutorial on how to start full coverages, or at least how I start full coverage projects. And then I'm going to do a few stitch with me's, I think, in there. So a lot of big plans, a lot of big plans for June. So back to StitchCon. Mom and I are heading to uh, StitchCon Weekend B, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So I'll be driving up and then picking her up from the airport in Cincinnati. I sent all of my new releases from since last year to Keepsakes. So I will be in the Keepsake store, which I'm really excited. So go ahead and take a look if you're interested in some of my patterns. Uh, and also wanted to, before I sign off here, wanted to give a big shout out to Nisi Lynn, Patty Penn, the Table 19 crew. Not only did we just have an absolute blast at Stitch West, but they are stitching a few of my projects. So they are beginning a Maya's Butterfly, Sal, and I would show it to you, except I don't have it with me. It went to StitchCon. So Maya Butterfly, Sal, I do have thread packs available for that project. They are also doing We the People, which is my big flag. And actually, Patty Penn finished it. So head on over to her Floss Tube and to her Instagram. Hers is just magnificent. It's stitched on. Um, what did she stitch it on? It was fabric flare, printed fabric with some little stars on it. It looks amazing. Nisi is just working through it also. Hers is gorgeous. So check out Nisi Lynn, check out Patty Penn, and check out the stitch alongs that they're doing of my patterns. And then finally, I wanted to give a shout out to Gary and Ronnie, Garon Stitchery. They are also getting ready, or actually, they are already stitching my parrot. And Gary's version of my parrot on the fabric, printed fabric that he chose, monochromatic. It is absolutely beautiful. I feel like that is the pirate version. I think he mentioned that in his last Floss Tube. It's the pirate version of the parrot, and I think it is absolutely amazing. A bunch of people are also stitching it, and I'm just so excited to see how it's going to turn out. I love when people change it up. I love when they pick unique fabrics and threads, and it's just going to be fantastic. So head on over to Gary and Ronnie, their latest Floss Tubes, and check out what they've been working on. Okay, and as promised, a sneak peek. So this is what I've been working on. I think it's going to be called the Pumpkin Patch. It's not quite done. I still need to do a little bit of back stitching. But this is on Fabrics by Stephanie Sassenach. And I found a Threadworks fabric that I thought just worked perfectly. So this only has, let's see, one, two, three, four colors in it. Um, and it is my autumn design so far. And it is called the Pumpkin Patch. There is a big orange pumpkin in the center, so this is the sneak peek. I'm going to be taking this to StitchCon and working on it as well. I need to finish the model um, before Needlework Expo. So this is the Threadworks fabric or the Threadworks thread. And I thought it was just perfect for autumn. I don't know if, let's see. There, you can see it a little bit there. It's variegated. It has purples, oranges, yellows, browns. It's just perfect for autumn. So I'm having a fun time stitching it, and yeah, that is one of my new releases. I will have three other new releases for Needlework Expo since Stitch West, I should say, and since StitchCon. And then all of my releases from this past year will also be at Needlework Expo in August. So lots of fun. June is going to be exciting. I have some just exciting news that I'm not going to pass today, but I will pass in the coming months. A lot of life updates to come, and yeah, just had a wonderful May, wonderful time stitching. I'm really excited about the projects for June, and really excited about some of my plans for my channel here. So if you like this content, please like, subscribe. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful stitching month. I know I did. Thanks, and bye.